Hello everyone and welcome to this episode on Autostop, and today we have the 2024 Volvo EX90 that we saw a few days ago, and that goes up against the younger brother, the 2024 Polestar 3. Which should you buy in terms of Swedish luxury? Some people actually say that the 2024 Volvo that you are looking at, the EX90, is a Polestar 3 electric SUV dressed for a court appearance. I don't know if you agree. But these two are the Swedish company's new flagship SUVs, and today Autostop will put the two vehicles side by side, highlighting the differences in the dimensions, the engine and performance, range, charging and battery life, interior cargo, price and availability, which will aid your decision making if you are torn between these beautifully high-tech Swedish-made SUVs in an EV space. Okay, now the biggest takeaway between the two models will be their seating layout and marketing positioning. Okay, so the EX90 is aimed at families and has a 7-seat cabin, while the Polestar 3 will be a sportier 5-seater SUV targeted at electric rivals from Porsche and Tesla. Okay guys, so this is what we think it is, and so we're gonna break this down in terms of the areas that matter to you right now, so do not move an inch. Let's just go ahead. Now, the exterior, we've seen both vehicles, they look similar in so many ways. The exterior design of these two aren't as mind-blowing as the technology that lies within them. Okay, so take a good look again if you haven't, or if this is the first time you're seeing it. But you see the restrained approach is very much in line with Volvo tradition, right? Good. The clean look extends the side view with flashing fitting door handles and strong horizontal lines. And speaking of strong body lines, the colors of the Volvo EX90 include the denim blue, the sand dune, the crystal white, the onyx black, the platinum gray, the silver dawn, the vapor gray, whilst on the other hand the Polestar 3 include the magnesium, snow, thunder, Jupiter, midnight and space body colors, with only the magnesium coming at no cost option at this point. The rest on the palette for the Polestar 3 comes with a $1,300 surcharge, and visually, you take a look at the EX90 again, the nose sets it apart with a featured LED light that blink like eyelids. Okay, you can see that. Booyah. Both cars share lots in common, beginning with the shared SPA2 electric platform. So that is on the exterior, but let's go down, delve into what it is in terms of dimension. How different are they from each other, or how different is the Volvo from the Polestar, or the 3 from the EX90? Now, the Polestar 3 is a bit smaller. I'm sure you can jump to that conclusion per the first impression. So it's a bit smaller in every direction than the current EX90 that we are discussing, but still is a fairly sizable mid-size SUV. It has a length of 192.9 inches. Okay, when you put that by the side of the EX90 that we are looking at, that's 198.3 inches. That is a difference of plus 5.4 inches, which make the EX90 longer, and a width of 83.5 inches, including the side mirrors. Unfortunately, I only have the figure for the EX90, which is 77.3 in width without the mirrors, but you can put your mind around how the difference is going to be. A key Polestar 3 dimension encompasses height of 64.1 inches, and on the EX90 you've got 68.8 inches tall, which is plus 4.7 inches taller than the Polestar, and the wheelbase is almost the same, 117.5 inches, same as the EX90. Ground clearance on the Polestar is 8.3. As its lightest, the new Polestar 3 SUV is still heavy at 5,696 pounds, but it can go all the way up to 5,886 pounds with enough equipment loaded in there. And the Volvo EX90 quotes 6,213 pounds in terms of comparison. So the Volvo EX90 reflects an SUV that is larger than the BMW X5 but smaller than the BMW X7, at the least that applies to the body length. Okay guys, these are the details for the dimensions. Okay, so let me get down to the engine and performance, which the Polestar is actually on my left. As standard, the Polestar 3 has an all-wheel drive dual electric motor that produces 489 horsepower and 620 pound-feet of torque. Okay, on the standard model. And then the standard model EX90 produces 408 horsepower and 568 pound-feet of torque. So you realize that the power numbers come down on the bigger, heavier EX90. And with all-wheel drive, the three go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in an estimated 4.9 seconds, and the optional performance pack boosts output to 517 horsepower and 671 horsepower, lowering the 0 to 60 time to 4.6 seconds, which is about 0.3 nanoseconds difference here on the same model. So the EX90 performance model punches out from 408 horsepower to 510 horsepower and maintains 671 pound-feet of torque, which is capable of hauling its 6,213 self to 62 miles per hour in 4.9 seconds, around a second faster than the standard model. And the two vehicles, regardless of which option you go for, the top speed is 130 miles per hour on the Polestar 3 and 112 miles per hour for the EX90. If you need to tow, guys, this is how they sit. The Polestar has a maximum towing capacity of about 3,500 pounds and goes up all the way to 4,850 pounds. That's about 1,350 pounds on the EX90. Okay, so that's how the towing capacity sit. But with optional performance pack, the Polestar 3 not only has more power, but it also gets a specially optimized air suspension and grippy Pirelli P0 tires. Comes standard with 21-inch cast alloy wheels, but 22-inch forged alloy wheels are available optionally and may be applicable to the EX90, since I don't have that information now. For more information on the Polestar 3 and the specially optimized air suspension, use the link on my left corner to a more detailed Polestar 3 review by Autostop. Okay, but then let's continue. When you pass on from performance to engine, you're looking at battery life, charging, and range. And so, considering the weight of the two, they are fitted with 111 kilowatts lithium battery with 107 kilowatts usable portion. The Polestar 3 and the EX90 SUVs, as we are discussing here, are targeted at ranges of 300 miles to 373 miles respectively, although the 300 miles drops on the Polestar to 270 with a performance pack if you opt for it. And at this point, official EPA numbers and MPGe ratings haven't yet been revealed, and so when they do, I'll update this video for you guys. But both SUVs have bi-directional charging to let customers send energy back to the grid. I'm sure you've heard of it. However, there are two versions of each of these battery systems that will be offered at launch, both fitted with 107 of the 111, and they can use 250 kilowatts DC charging to fill from 10% to 80% in 30 minutes from empty, and it would take 11 hours to recharge the battery with 11 kilowatts AC charging. The EX90 with 50 kilowatts DC charging tech time increases to 97 minutes on this charger. So that's another interesting point. I believe you would like it. It's part of the tech that makes these cars very unique. Okay, so at this point, let's look at the interior and cargo. Still, they carry a lot in similarities here. However, the space in this car determines the biggest takeaway. Okay, so Volvo does the technical minimalist look well in its interiors. I know you guys do agree with that. Now, let's go back, have a look at these cars again. The layout is clean and calming, yet still looks special. The signature 14.5-inch portrait touchscreen is paired with that other tech must have for any new car. Small digital instrument cluster ahead of the driver, as you see. And as with the exterior design, there's plenty of visual and hardware crossover between the EX90 and the Polestar 3 inside the cabin, which is partly built with 106 pounds, that's 48 kilograms of sustainable materials, including recycled plastic bottles, wool, bent seat fabrics, and sustainably sourced wood that lets light project from behind, bleed through to the surface. But the EX90 offers 3-row seats, as we've earlier stated, and the Polestar 3 is strictly fun for 5. That brings us to the EX90's invisible shield of safety, same as the Polestar. So besides the roof-mounted LiDAR sensor, the EX90 has 5 radars, 8 cameras, and a further 2 camera inside, and 16 ultrasonic sensors. Take a look at the tech as you see here. Right, so that's it. And Volvo says that the LiDAR tech can detect pedestrians that are 820 feet away, or even spot a tire on a black dark road that's close to 400 feet away. All this means that these two EVs can identify and respond to hazards with great accuracy, helping to avoid potential conclusions. I'm sure you are interested in what kind of operating system you get on your infotainment system. There are lots of good things in here. The infotainment system is powered by Android Automotive OS. So if you like using Google Maps or Google Assistant, you won't have any trouble interacting with this system on both vehicles. At this point, let's focus our energy on occupancy and space. Okay, so behind the second row of the Polestar 3's cargo space, it measures 17.1 cubic feet, including 3.2 cubes of underfloor storage. A generous volume of 35.7 cubic feet, including underfloor storage, can be found behind the second row, shrinking to 12.9 cubes behind the third row on the EX90, guys. So with the second row folded, the Polestar 3 has around 50 cubic feet of space, and the EX90, with both of the rearmost rows folded, expect up to 67.6 cubes. Okay, there is also a small frunk, although this only measures 1.3 cubic feet. If needed, you can also load another 220 or so pounds of stuff on the roof with the roof rails on it. Okay, guys, so basically this is how these cars stand. It comes down to space and rows. Now, the 2024 Polestar and Volvo pricing and availability is also of much importance to us. So the price of the 2024 Polestar, as you've seen, will begin at an MSRP of $83,900 in the US market. And for the performance pack, if you opt for it, you add another $6,000 to that. While this launch price sees the Polestar 3 not being eligible for potential tax credits, it may qualify in the future if base prices drop below the $80,000 threshold for the SUVs. We will have to wait and see if Polestar will make that move, bring some of the standard pack options later in an effort to keep the cost low. However, the 2024 Volvo EX90, we don't have the certified figures yet, but a well-equipped version of the EX90 will be available from $80,000 going. We expect a fully loaded EX90 to cost close to $100,000, and production of the EX90 starts in 2023 in Ridgeville, South California, alongside the Polestar 3, the same plant handling it, with deliveries around late 2023 expectation, guys. So this is what we got for you. If you are torn between these lovely luxurious SUVs from the Swedish maker, and I conclude by saying that the biggest takeaway between the two models will be their seating layout and marketing position that comes with it. Okay, people, so this is what we got for you. If you are interested in more luxurious 7-seater SUVs, click on my left, and if you are interested in more luxurious 2-row SUVs, click on my right. Thank you so much. Have a great day until we meet same time again. Bye bye.